He won't be playing in the first test against England, but Usman Khawaja is back in the Australian Test squad after a 2-year absence. His enduring career has brought wisdom and some reflection about the trail he's been blazing since moving to Australia from Pakistan as a child.
I loved competing. I loved the feeling of winning. For me, the sport was the one thing that broke down all barriers when I was a kid. I didn't understand or speak English when I came to Australia, but I do remember that I was playing footy and cricket from day one at school.
Khawaja didn't notice he was different to the other up-and-comers until he got selected in representative teams.
As I started going up through the ranks, playing more cricket, the more I realised there was less and less people who looked like me and how predominantly white the game was.
His enormous self-belief and competitiveness helped him overcome challenges other players weren't forced to confront.
It was hard to break down that cultural barrier. You know, I didn't go out drinking. You know, I went and prayed on Fridays. So I was very different, and that is held against you to some respect. And I saw it from time to time. The majority, 98% of people would, when they dealt with the cricket, were great people. But whether they understand or like to admit it or not, there's always a certain connection you have with someone who looks a bit more like you, who's got similar cultural beliefs as you.
Some of Khawaja's earliest experiences were difficult. He says he was often told he would never play for Australia because he wasn't white.
It wasn't a confronting thing for them to say at all, because I think they 100% believed it, and I don't think they were totally wrong in a lot of respects. I was brought up, in a very subcontinent sort of culture where respect was huge. You didn't talk back to adults, you stayed quiet, you went about your business. And a lot of the time that got misconstrued as, Uzi didn't want it enough, he's not competitive enough.
Khawaja has set up a foundation in his name to give free cricket clinics to disadvantaged children.
It's about people seeing themselves that they have a pathway, and I think that's why the work that Usman's doing is so important.
Change has already washed over clubs like Truganina in Melbourne's west. It was formed just 5 years ago with one junior team. Now it has 10.
The families are coming from all different backgrounds, especially coming from subcontinent, South Asian background, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka.
What I like about cricket is how you can play a community game and you can join it with your friends and family.
Hoping to join the Premier's women's cricket team for Essendon, and then I want to go state and then hopefully get into Australia.
Almost all these children are Australian born.
And I will tell everyone all the time, your score will tell about you. Don't worry about this and that. You perform, you will be selected. There is no ifs and buts here. You perform, and Australia is a sporting country, and they love the sports and they love the sporting people. Be a sportive person and you will be given opportunities.
Usman Khawaja says Cricket Australia needs to encourage and inspire diversity across all levels of the game.
You're talking high performance, you're talking all the way up through the state system, more coaches in terms of BBL and then Australian team. And the exact same thing happens with CA staff members. How diverse are we with the people actually working at Cricket Australia?
I think we're seeing numbers coming through, but can we say that the elite level is truly representative of the community? And the answer is no, and that's where we have more work to do. We're very committed to ensuring that certainly our workforce is representative of the community, and I think the same needs to apply for every organisation across Australian cricket.
I reckon my dad was a big influence on my game. From a young age, probably just watching, at that time was the Indian cricket team. Dad used to watch, one of the main idols was probably Sachin Tendulkar growing up.
The main reason why I got into cricket was my dad. So he's from Sri Lanka, and obviously cricket's pretty big over there.
Teenagers Yash Pednikar and Ashley Chandrasinghe have been friends since playing in the under-12s in Dandenong, Victoria.
I've seen in the last couple of years probably the participation rates and even the quality of players coming from, multicultural backgrounds has been immense, and I think you see it now even in the Big Bash and higher up. There are a lot of multicultural players coming through.
They both played in Darwin over winter and spring. Pedniker has since made his highest score in Melbourne's Premier grade, and Chandrasinghe was called up to make his debut for Victoria's second 11.
I've still got a lot of development left and a lot to work on myself and my game, but at the moment just trying to see how far it can take me, and hopefully that'll lead to maybe some Victorian colours or Australian colours.
Since Khawaja made his Test debut 10 years ago, players of Asian heritage have been enriching Australian cricket at almost every level.
When you look at the Australian cricket team, you don't really see that representation. For me, it's about trying to aim to represent what the actual Australian, population looks like. And we just haven't done that in Australia yet.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.